Hi everyone, welcome to Cyber Monday, New Year's Eve edition. Joining me is my co-host Dominic Vogel. No guest again this week. We are just going to do another mini episode and then back in the new year for some full episodes with some awesome guests. Really excited about the guests we have coming up.
Oh, it's fantastic. I'm not sure about you, but I can never stay up till midnight on New Year's Eve. But
That's the same for me.
the first two guests that we're going to be having to start 2020, Heidi Martin. She's just really interesting background, and Derek May talking about cyber insurance.
Right.
I think those are two real strong heavy hitters to start off the year. So I think people are going to really enjoy those first two episodes of 2020.
Yeah, we're going to have not only some cyber guests, but also some non-cyber topics, some business topics as well. So
Absolutely.
Can't wait to get into
Absolutely. I think our audience, listeners and viewers, they're really going to love the breadth and depth of all sorts of different guests that we have planned for the new year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. So let's look at the big threats as we close out the year, and then what is the
Future
continuation? What does the future look like? What does Q1 and beyond of 2020 look like with your 2020 vision?
Yeah, it's funny. When we were thinking about cybersecurity predictions, I always have the same discussion with myself every year. And when I read different articles as well and talk to my colleagues, you could go back 10 years in the cybersecurity predictions. It's like there's a lot of stuff that they're hoping for that change and doesn't, and it's really interesting in that vein. But how sort of the year ended, some of those three buckets. Ransomware. We just continually to see the rampant rise of that, and how it's just been crippling small and mid-sized businesses. Moving into 2020, I think we're going to see this ongoing sort of professionalization of ransomware. We're going to start seeing fewer amateurs in that. It's going to be much more of a organized crime game, and as such, it's going to become a very skilled and smooth set there. In which a lot of people say, well, if you pay the ransom, what guarantees that you'll get the data back? I think as we're going to see in 2020, that's going to become less of a question, because it's going to become so much of almost a consumer entity for organized crime. So I think that's sort of prediction number one.
Yeah, and I'm pause you there. I think maybe some people watching might just be switching off, going, ransom? Like, that's so far removed from my reality.
Absolutely.
Like, what's the actual likelihood of somebody hitting me up for a ransom?
And
I mean, I have to think about Alan Cosgrave, when he was a guest this past year, he was talking about a hairdresser getting hit. He's like, we make some money, you make some money. It's almost like we're your new business partner. A hairdresser. I mean, it's a sole practitioner, or maybe it's not even her studio. Is that what we call that?
Sure. I've never really been to a hair
studio. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to such an establishment. So, is it far removed from certain types of organizations?
I think with each passing year, and ransomware has been on the scene for maybe 3 to 4 years. We're very much in this interesting window now where more and more people know what ransomware was. Even as little as maybe 18 months ago, you could pick 10 random people and say, do you know what ransomware is? Maybe 3 or 4 out of 10 might understand that. I would say by the end of 2020, I think we would be well north of 7 out of 10 people would know full well what ransomware is, especially if they're people who work in a business setting. It's something which is very much affecting, like I mentioned, their small and mid-sized businesses. And I think with each passing year, and it's funny, 2019 was supposed to be the year of ransomware, so it was 2018. 2020, same thing. I don't see ransomware being stopped.
Triple crown.
Soon. It's going for the
18,
trifecta.
19, and 20. The big finish.
And sort of what we're seeing in terms of these other threats, business email compromise, which is basically where it looks like it's an email coming from a CEO or CFO, and it's going to someone's an accounts payable, asking for $10, $25, $50,000 to be wire transferred somewhere. That's something.
A pre-research number.
That is running rampant in small and mid-sized businesses as well, mainly because they don't have very mature sort of financial structures in place in terms of wire transfers. So that's going to continue likely unabated unless we see cultural improvements and awareness improvements in the SMB community. And sort of the third one there is what's referred to as account takeovers. And that's going off the fact that still many organizations and many businesses don't leverage a multi-factor authentication. So that's where it's a username, password, and then like a one-time PIN that maybe you get to your phone. They're still using a username and password. And the problem with that is that most people reuse their same username and password on tens or, maybe not hundreds, but let's say tens of different websites. Those websites get compromised, and then people, cyber criminals take those compromised credentials and then use them online for businesses or for online banking. And again, that's going to continue unabated as well, unless we collectively improve sort of the awareness of the broader community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. That's the current threats.
Yes.
Any new threats on the horizon that you see other than those three for 2020?
It's hard, I'm trying to look into that crystal ball and, or maybe we should bring out the Ouija board or something, but no.
Don't resort to that.
I don't see anything maybe significantly new coming onto the scene. Yeah. I very much...
But if there's some breaking news, we will release it here on this show.
Absolutely. Or you'll see us on TV, news, radio, what have you. But, I think very much... again, criminals take the least path of resistance, and with those three that we just talked about, they're still not
still lucrative.
It's so lucrative. Otherwise, again, they have to come up with new ways, new schemes. Right now, it's cheaper for them to evolve what's currently working. And again, all three of those sort of threats, they're not going to be stacked. They are evolving. But I very much see 2020 as the year where all three of those continue to evolve. Maybe they end up merging. I don't know. But I think 2020 is a year where we just see this ongoing evolution of those three threats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think another thing that I'm excited about, I'm sure that you are too, is the community that we're building. We've got some amazing announcements, I think.
Yeah.
Cool partnerships. Cool partnerships coming up this year. Yeah. Building a community and having great content available, you know, not just things for businesses, not just things for board directors and corporate executives and small and medium-sized businesses, but things for, senior citizens, keeping them safe online, or parents and children, or, even particularly high net worth, wealthy individuals who have certain types of risks that they face online.
Absolutely.
Social media, all these different people groups. So I'm just really excited to be able to not only connect with these people in our community and help them.
Yes.
But just partner with everybody that is teed up for the new year.
It's such a great 2020 is being such a great year. I think what's really important and part of our mission is to again build that ecosystem, build something which is very organic. And again, I think one of our central themes is that cybersecurity in this day and age interlaces with everything, not just in business, but in the personal world as well. Everyone uses digital devices.
Yes.
Heck, even my 2-year-old knows how to use a smartphone. And it's something which on all levels there's that lack of awareness, lack of education, lack of caring, and a lot of the sort of the stuff that's out there isn't humanized. So I think building that community is something which as you mentioned, I think that's going to be really, really cool for us to partake in.
Yeah, and I think one lesson that I have learned is that even very smart people don't understand cybersecurity. So, if you're feeling out of the loop, that's okay.
Yep.
It's okay not to understand this, and we want to be more sensitive and more aware to the people in that position.
Absolutely.
Acknowledging that they're very capable in their fields, but this is a big gap of understanding. So we want to take out as much jargon as we can. We're on our own maturity journey to be able to do that, to strip away the complexity and the
tech
shop talk and the tech talk,
Yeah.
and just really make it practical and understandable and real world for all of the above, all of the aforementioned people groups.
Exactly. No, I'm looking forward to 2020.
Yeah.
2019 was a fun year, but I think 2020 will be an even better one.
Awesome. Thanks for watching. You can check out our other podcasts on conversationsthatmatter.tv. I want to say Happy New Year, and we will see you next Monday in 2020.